In these times, there is no lack of daily news about an imminent nuclear war. Even presidents and leaders of important nations threaten to nuke each other's heads. In today's episode, we're gonna look at 5 reasons why a nuclear war could be good for everyone. Number 5. Life will continue to exist. Several scientific studies have shown that simple life forms are capable of resisting high radiation doses without suffering significant effects. Some examples are certain types of wasps, fruit flies, and to a lesser extent, cockroaches. According to this statement, it is true that the world would end up being dominated by insects. But the idea is not that negative, as it has happened before. These small creatures can survive catastrophes and recover their population quickly. With insects back to work, the entire ecosystem could heal in a matter of a few millennia. Number 4. Enhanced species that adapted to the radiation. Charles Darwin said that the species adapt to environmental changes over time through natural selection. Inside the facilities, scientists were surprised to discover a kind of fungus which grows by feeding on massive radiation. At the UK industrial site, bacteria that had adapted to the harsh conditions were found to be capable of neutralizing radioactive waste. Only a few decades were needed for such bacteria to adapt to this process. As examples shown, new creatures will emerge and adapt to the aggressive environment of post-nuclear war in a relatively short time. In the worst case, we will have a world full of radioactive bugs. At best, these creatures could feed on the toxic elements until the world is clean again. Number 3. Prevention of mega-earthquakes. In 2017, a nuclear test in North Korea triggered a magnitude 6.3 earthquake, followed by several aftershocks. The explosion did not cause the earthquake. Instead, it happened because North Korea is over an active tectonic fault, and the nuke shock wave released part of the stress or pressure that was being stored in the crust. This means that a nuclear explosion can release the tectonic stress of the ground, causing small earthquakes and preventing this stress from being stored until producing a larger and more destructive earthquake. While thousands of small earthquakes are needed to match a large one, if the detonation occurred on active faults during a nuclear war, parts of the pressure of the place would be dissipated in the form of small tremors, increasing the stability of Earth's geology. Number 2. Creation of new elements. 118 periodic elements are currently known. Many of them cannot be found in nature. The so-called transuranic elements are in fact generated in nuclear reactions. A nuclear war could result in the creation of large amounts of these rare elements. Surviving mankind could use these elements to accelerate its technology progress, recovering advances lost by the war. Number 1. A second chance for humankind. Humankind will not completely disappear. However, nuclear weapons often concentrate their destructive power in small areas. This is why the biggest bombs will not always be the most destructive. Albert Einstein said that the Fourth World War will be fought with sticks and stones, and maybe he was right. In addition to working on population control, nuclear war would serve as a turning point for human history. The surviving mankind could learn from past mistakes and prosper without resorting to the harmful methods that modern society uses. Subscribe for more.